WNBA, they're having troubles with tickets now because I think Caitlin Clark is out for what? How many weeks is she out? She's rolled out for the June 7th game. That's when she was supposed to meet up with Angel Reese again. And Chicago Sky, and there's a massive drop in ticket sales.
You're not going to believe what just happened. The WNBA Finals, the biggest stage of the season, has officially turned into a ghost town. The Las Vegas Aces and Phoenix Mercury are supposed to be battling for the championship, but the real headline isn't on the court. It's in the stands. Empty seats, rock-bottom ticket prices, and A'ja Wilson absolutely losing it after realizing her own finals game couldn't even sell out again. Fans are roasting the league online, calling this the $6 finals. Yeah, $6. The same price as a Big Mac combo. The so-called record-breaking WNBA season just ended in complete embarrassment. And guess who's getting blamed for it? Not the fans, not the economy, but Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. A'ja Wilson reportedly pointed the finger straight at Clark's fanbase, claiming they abandoned the league when their favorite rookie went down. But the truth runs deeper, because this finals collapse didn't happen overnight. It's the result of months of jealousy, bad leadership, and a league that refuses to admit who really built its audience.
The Fever stink without Caitlin Clark. It is rough. It has been a rough stretch. I thought that Indiana would split the 4 games that she was out if she was going to be out 4 games. I guess that's still on the table.
So how did the WNBA go from record-breaking season to empty seat disaster in just a few weeks? Let's break down the meltdown no one wants to talk about. It all started the moment Game 2 ended. A'ja Wilson walked off the court furious, not at her performance, not at the refs, but at what she saw when she looked up. Rows of empty red seats, a finals game in Las Vegas that looked more like a preseason scrimmage. And when reporters asked about the atmosphere, she couldn't hold it in anymore. She snapped. The league's biggest star went off about how the WNBA deserves more support, how fans only show up when certain players are around, and how real basketball fans should care no matter who's playing. But everyone knew what she really meant. That was a direct shot at Caitlin Clark's fanbase, the same one that filled every arena the Fever touched this season. Because here's the uncomfortable truth.
Oh boy, WNBA fans, y'all are screwed. Look at that. Caitlin Clark is out 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Do you know how bad the WNBA ratings are going to be for the next 2 weeks? Nobody watches the WNBA at all if it's not for Caitlin Clark in the first place.
The so-called record growth the WNBA bragged about all year wasn't built on A'ja Wilson's name. It was built on Clark's gravitational pull, the one that turned regular season matchups into national events and had resale tickets hitting $500 a seat. Now, those same arenas are offering final seats for $25 and struggling to move even those. You can find tickets for less than parking at the MGM Grand. Even the NBA's own site shows whole sections still open hours before tip-off. Fans online are calling it the Big Mac Finals, the cheapest championship in pro sports history. And while the memes are funny, the message isn't. People aren't buying in because the league burned the very audience that made it relevant. They mocked Clark. They downplayed her impact. They let jealousy fester. And now, when the moment finally comes to cash in on the hype, that hype is nowhere to be found.
Well, I airballed a layup, so that kind of woke up all my little people in my mind to that we're in a game 2. I got to wake up and be here for my team, but that doesn't matter on the offensive end. It's really the defense, and I think we really just buckled down on the defensive end against this great Phoenix team, and they're rocking and rolling, but we got to sustain it on the defensive end.
For A'ja Wilson, it's a nightmare. She's supposed to be the face of a thriving league, but instead, she's standing at half court staring into silence. And the irony? The last time her games were actually sold out was when Clark was on the other side of the floor. Let's talk about those prices, because this is where things get downright embarrassing. Game 1 tickets started at about $50. By Game 2, they dropped below $30. Now, you can buy a final seat for $6, less than popcorn at the arena. To put that in perspective, when the Fever visited Vegas earlier this year, those same seats were going for 10 times more. Courtside, over $2,000. And every single one of them sold. But now, the WNBA's biggest event can't even break triple digits for front row seats. Even the lower bowl sections, once reserved for celebrities and players' families, are half empty.
I just had the miserable task of watching the Indiana Fever play basketball without Caitlin Clark. There were a whole lot of things wrong with this game on the basketball side of things. Obviously, the Indiana Fever's interior defense was horrible. If you watched this game, you saw them give up, I think, over 50 points in the paint. Aaliyah Boston looked like a cone down there. It was literally horrible to watch.
Photos are circulating online showing entire rows with no one sitting there. It looks like a Tuesday scrimmage, not a championship. Fans are joking that the finals look sponsored by Groupon. And honestly, they're not wrong. The optics are brutal. After spending months bragging about record engagement, the WNBA can't fill half an arena for its own finals. And what's worse, this isn't a resale market crash. These are face value prices straight from the WNBA's own site. The league slashed prices and still can't move seats. That's not marketing, that's desperation. When Caitlin Clark plays, everything changes. The vibe, the crowd, the energy, even the broadcast tone. Every Fever game this season felt like an event. Fans lined up hours early. Celebrities showed up courtside. Merch sold out in minutes. That's not normal. That's a cultural phenomenon. Now remove her from the picture. No buzz, no cameras, no atmosphere.
It's noise that I don't really listen to, honestly, because I'm in season. I have other things that we need to worry about than what other people have to say. I have a scout, I have 11 other minds on my team in my locker room that we got to make sure that we're on the same mindset. So I really can't.
The WNBA without Clark feels like the party after everyone's gone home. And that's exactly what's happening right now. When Clark was active, average attendance doubled. TV ratings spiked by more than 400%. But the second she got sidelined, those same numbers fell off a cliff. The league can call it growing pains all at once, but fans see the truth. The WNBA's boom wasn't organic. It was the Caitlin Clark effect. She was the spark, the once-in-a-generation player who made people care. And instead of protecting that spark, the league tried to snuff it out. They let players cheap-shot her. They ignored foul calls. They mocked her popularity. Now the consequence is empty arenas and a finals no one wants to watch. It's not just a marketing problem. It's a trust problem. Fans feel disrespected. They saw how Clark was treated and decided, if you don't value her, why should we value you?
The WNBA, for all it's worth, she could get all of these sponsors, Nike, Hy-Vee, all of these domestic sponsors. And then at the end of those contracts, at the end of that 4 years, go to Europe and play in the European League and cash in on that international money. She's done things for that league that we as sports fans haven't seen since Tiger Woods and Michael Jordan.
Of course, Commissioner Kathy Engelbert is still out there doing interviews, calling this season the strongest in league history. But if that's true, why does it cost less to attend the finals than it does to bowl 3 games at the MGM Grand? The commissioner's spin isn't fooling anyone. The numbers don't lie. Attendance is collapsing, ticket maps are half blue, and online chatter has turned into open mockery. You'd think after months of riding Clark's success, the league would have had a plan for how to sustain that momentum. Instead, they got comfortable. They thought hashtags and Nike promos could replace actual fan connection. They treated Caitlin Clark like a temporary marketing stunt instead of the foundation of a new era. Now they're stuck explaining why the most successful season ever ended with empty seats and clearance sale tickets. You can't tweet your way out of that. You can't slap a slogan on it and call it progress. Fans aren't stupid. They can see the disconnect between the headlines and the reality. And here's where it gets even worse. The Players Union is preparing for CBA negotiations, demanding higher salaries, better travel, and more benefits. They deserve that, no question. But the owners are already licking their chops, because the moment the union says, we want more, the owners are going to point right back at these finals numbers and say, then fill the seats. That's the argument waiting to happen. How can you push for bigger contracts when your championship game can't outsell a local concert? The players are about to pay the price for leadership failures they didn't cause. This finals collapse doesn't just hurt Aja Wilson. It hurts everyone. It weakens bargaining power. It scares sponsors. It kills momentum. And if the commissioner keeps pretending everything's fine, the damage could linger for years. Because the truth is, growth isn't about one viral season. It's about keeping people invested after the hype fades. Right now, the WNBA has no plan for that. Meanwhile, social media is having a field day. Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, it's all the same story. Screenshots of Ticketmaster maps filled with blue dots. Comments like, you could fit the whole crowd in a high school gym. Even the popcorn guy got a better seat than the fans. The memes are endless. One post showed a photo of the arena half empty with the caption, "The silence in the WNBA Finals is louder than the refs this season." Another joked, $6 tickets? Guess I'll take the whole family and still have money for fries. It's brutal, but it's also deserved. Because this didn't happen out of nowhere. Fans warned the league for months. They said, promote Caitlin Clark properly, protect her, build rivalries, don't bury the storylines that fans actually care about. Instead, the league doubled down on PR optics and everyone's equal slogans. But sports don't thrive on equality. They thrive on emotion. People watch because they love someone, or they love to hate someone. Without stars, without villains, without stakes, you don't have a league. You have background noise. Even ESPN's broadcasts can't hide it anymore. The camera pans the crowd and accidentally catches entire empty rows. Commentators sound flat. Energy is gone. It's like they're trying to narrate enthusiasm that doesn't exist. And remember, this was supposed to be the moment. The year women's basketball arrived. The year advertisers and networks finally saw its potential. Instead, it feels like someone pulled the plug. The energy that followed Clark's rookie surge, gone. The buzz that filled arenas, gone. The fire that made people care, gone. And here's the twist no one wants to admit. It didn't have to be this way. The WNBA had the blueprint sitting right in front of them. Caitlin Clark showed exactly how to build momentum. Transparency, authenticity, storylines that fans can emotionally attach to. But the league ignored it. They tried to replace her magnetism with marketing slogans, and it failed spectacularly. So here we are, a final series that can't sell out, a star player melting down on camera, and a commissioner insisting it's all fine. The WNBA wanted to prove it could survive without Caitlin Clark. Instead, it just proved the opposite. Without her, the league isn't thriving. It's barely surviving. You can't fake electricity. You can't fake excitement. And you definitely can't fake fans. The truth is painful, but simple. The WNBA's biggest mistake wasn't relying on Caitlin Clark. It was taking her for granted. They had lightning in a bottle, and they let it leak away drop by drop. Now the receipts are everywhere. $6 tickets, empty seats, a finals that looks more like a clearance event than a championship, and a fan base that's already tuning out. If the league doesn't learn from this moment, if it keeps pretending everything's fine, next season won't just be a ratings dip. It'll be a collapse, because the audience has already spoken, and their message is crystal clear. Without Caitlin Clark, there is no WNBA. Did you expect this train wreck? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you want to stay updated on everything happening in the WNBA, from the chaos on the court to the drama behind the scenes, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We've got more coming your way, because this story is far from over.